Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Barry and this is Centralise. And today we've got my top 15 Middle Eastern winter fragrances. My winter kit. And it's a tag video as well. So I was tagged by the wonderful Sajil over at the Scent On channel. I'll leave a link to his channel. He's got some fantastic reviews. He does them in different languages as well. And he's always coming up with exclusives. I don't know how he manages to do it, but I'm always the first one on there to watch. Another person that I really like, and I'm always watching his Middle Eastern videos, is Smelly Cat, also the Fragrance Jam. There's some great people out there doing some great content, and we'll crack into this. Because there's 15, I will just run quickly over a few of the notes. I won't go into too much detail, otherwise this video could go on for quite a while. But at number 15, and it's Oud Mood. Now, Oud Mood was one of my very first Middle Eastern fragrances that I picked up. I think it was in one of my first hauls. And there it is. So it's a bit of a rose oud, but there's resins, there's woods, there's amber, there's caramel. It's a really nice fragrance, really enjoyable. I was over the moon when I first smelled this, and I still reach for it now. It's a really nice frag. And that is my number 15, Oud Mood by Lattafa. So my number 14, and this is by Ard Al Zaarafan, and it's Oud 24 Hours. Now this is based on Tom Ford's Black Orchid. Now I was never really a fan of Black Orchid, but after wearing this for a bit I've got to love it, and it's one of my favourites now. So this is dark chocolate, it's fruits, there's patchouli, there's spices, there's oud, there's incense. It's quite a dark fragrance, and it might be a bit like me, might take you a while to get used to it, but a very enjoyable fragrance. And that is my number 14, Oud 24 Hours by Ard Al Zaarafan. So on to my number 13, and this is an Armaf, and this is Club de Nuit Intense Woman. That surprised you, didn't it? So this is like Tom Ford's Noir de Noir. It's got rose, it's got patchouli, there's vanilla, saffron, oud, amber. Absolutely gorgeous frag. It is unisex, and it probably does lean a little bit more feminine, but I'm more than happy to wear this. I really enjoy it. On to my number 12, and this is another one by Lattafa, and this one is Velvet Oud. Okay, gorgeous that is. So this is a leather fragrance. It's got wood, it's got incense, there's citruses in there as well. I would say it's a bit of a cross between Tom Ford's Tuscan leather and Davidoff leather blend, somewhere along them sort of lines. Really good fragrance, really enjoyable. And that is my number 12, Velvet Oud by Lattafa. On to my number 11, and it's another Lattafa, and this time it's Badee Al Oud, or Oud for Glory. which you might guess what it's based on. Yes, this is based on Oud for Greatness by Initio. I don't know, you could tell. So this is saffron, it's oud, there's nutmeg, there's patchouli, a really nice fragrance. It does lean a little bit where it starts going towards BR 540, but I really enjoy it. Really nice frag. And I mean, the original, when I first tried the original, disappointed me because I think my expectation was just so great after it had been hyped so much. But another one that I'm growing to love. The more I wear it, the more I enjoy it. So that's Badee Al Oud, Oud for Glory by Lattafa at my number 11 spot. So onto my number 10. And this is by Pendora Scents, who are part of Paris Corner, and this is Charuto Tobacco Vanille. And yes, this is based on Tom Ford's Tobacco Vanille. So it's tobacco, vanilla, dried fruits, spices. I would say this is a slightly lighter version than Tobacco Vanille, and it's a much easier to wear. So that is my number 10 spot, Charuto Tobacco Vanille. Coming in at number 9, and this is by Fragrance World, and this is Tobacco Myth. So this is based on one of the Carolina Herrera's private range. I think it's Tobacco Mystery or Mystery Tobacco. Really nice again. It's tobacco as you would expect, patchouli, tonka. There's woods in there. There's a real nice ginger and citruses in there as well, which really lift the fragrance. Very enjoyable. So at number 9, Tobacco Myth by Fragrance World. On to number 8, and this is another one by Paris Corner, and it's Killer Oud. You might have guessed what this is based on. It's based on Amouage's Interlude Man. So this is a real dark scent. Incense, amber, spices, leather. This will blow your socks off. It does take a bit of getting used to, but now I'm used to it. I'm really enjoying it. It's a beautiful fragrance. And I think it's another one that's slightly lighter than the original, so it's a little easier to wear. So at number 8, we've got Killer Oud by Paris Corner. On to number 7. Now this gets a hell of a lot of love in the community, and it's by Swiss Arabian, and it's Shaghaf Oud. This is supposed to be based on Lancome's Oud Bouquet. Now this is a bit harsher in the opening. I have tried Oud Bouquet thanks to Lizzie at Rose and Jones, who sent me a sample. But it's oud, it's rose, there's praline in there, vanilla, saffron. It's beautiful, and it's another beast mode. Some of these fragrances for winter are just absolute beasts from the Middle East. See what I did there? So at number 7, Shaghaf Oud by Swiss Arabian. So on to number 6, and this is another Lattafa, and this is Raghba Wood Intense. So it's not the original, it's the flanker to it. Many people compare this to By the Fireplace. It does have some similarities, but I also think it's quite different as well. There's a lot more incense in this, but you do get the caramel, the oud, the burnt sugar, the woods, the vanilla. It's really enjoyable, absolutely great fragrance. So at number 6, Raghba Wood Intense. So on to my number 5. Now you're talking realms of, wow, they're amazing. But to be honest, all 15 of these fragrances I would recommend to anyone out there wanting to try Middle Eastern fragrances for the first time. Just pick one of them and you will be blown away by how good they are if you haven't tried these sort of things before. So this one I've done a review of. I'll put a link to the review, but nearly all of these I've done first impressions of, and some of them I've even followed up with overall thoughts. Anybody ever wants any reviews done on any of these fragrances that I do first impressions of, then I'm more than happy to do it. Just let me know. And so at number 5, after all that waffle, it's Solitaire by Al Haramain. This is a cracker. So this one is a bit different to all the other winter fragrances that are there. This one is more citruses, but you still get tobacco and the leather, but you got patchouli and cumin, but the grapefruit note in this just absolutely to die for. So that is my number 5 by Al Haramain, Solitaire. So coming in at my number 4, and this is another one by Fragrance World, and this is Mocha Wood. This is another absolutely brilliant frag. I think it's based on Badee the Victorious, the Glorious one, or the Glory, something like that. So this is raspberry, it's wood, there's resins in there, there's apple, there's oak moss, lots of spices. It's a bit of a fresher feel, but it's got the dark nuances to it as well. Ideal for the winter time, it really is good. Another classic. Coming in at number 3, and it's by Lattafa, and it's Nakahat Al Oud. This is gorgeous. It's patchouli, it's amber, it's oud, there's woods, there's vanilla, there's cinnamon, there's saffron, there's a hint of rose as well. Absolutely gorgeous frag. Another one highly recommended, and that is Nakahat Al Oud by Lattafa. So on to my top 2, and to be honest, these could have finished either way around. I could have picked this as my number 1 and the other one as the number 2, but I chose it this way. And at number 2, another one by Lattafa, and it's Ameer Al Oud Intense Oud. This is gorgeous. Burnt caramel, oud, woody, it's got vanilla, there's amber in there, incense, absolutely gorgeous. Another one that has comparisons to By the Fireplace by Mason Margiela, but the burnt caramel in this is just to die for. Absolutely love it. So that is my number 2, Ameer Al Oud, Oud Intense by Lattafa. Did you mention it's a problem when it disconnects and stuff? So that could only leave one to be the number one. Have you guessed what it is yet? It is Arabian by My Perfumes, and the fragrance is called Oudh Al Zaarafan. And look, it's even got a bit of wood in the bottom. Is that oud maybe? So this has got rose in it, it's got spices, there's musk, there's wood, there's florals. Obviously there's a bit of oud, absolutely glorious. And one spray of this will do you all day long. It's fab. So that's what made my number one. So it's Oudh Al Zaarafan Arabian by My Perfumes. What do you think of my winter list? Did you agree with my choices? Did you agree with the places that they were in? Let me know in the comments below. It's always good for a bit of interaction. Let me know of any fragrances that didn't make the list which you think should have made the list. Give us a shout, let me know, and I'll try and pick them up and maybe do some future videos with them. That's all from me. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll speak to you all soon. Stay fragrant, not vagrant.